Yeah. What's up, guys? So, it's kind of like taking a little break there, playing with my tablet. Um, I was gonna talk a little bit more about some updated experiences. I don't really like vlogging like this. I'd rather do some show and tell or something cool, like some debunk some ghost hunting apps, and blah blah blah. Maybe do some other shit. But for right now, I gotta play catch up with. I feel like with you guys, or even with me. So anyway, this past weekend I had my first festival show that I do. Pretty much, well, it's my second year. I don't want to say I do it every year. I've done it 2 years, but it's one of those festivals that I attend, whether I'm vending or not. I feel like every year. It's literally like a 10, 12 minute drive from my house to this park. Pardon me. It's the what the fuck is it even called? I was just there. They used to call it God damn, I should probably look this shit up, huh? It used to be called Historical Days back when I was a kid, and it used to be downtown New Carlisle, and now I forget what it's even called. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's at Memorial Park in New Carlisle. I'm about to look this up because it's driving me nuts. But anyway, it's what is it called, guys? I feel like I need to start this video, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. Anyway, so I get there Friday. The festival opens at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday, so I had to take Friday off, and I get there about noon, 1 o'clock, something like that, and I pre-register early enough to get the same spot I had the year before, which is a heavily shaded spot where a lot of traffic comes both ways, not car traffic, but like people. So I was like, I definitely want this spot again. So I get there and I'm all hooked and I'm all set up, and I had like probably an hour and a half to kill because I don't know, I just set up quickly. So I end up just leaving my hearse parked on the side of the street, and they came up to me and said, "Well, we're gonna have to ask you to move that when the show starts." I never did. Like they never came back and fucking said anything. So then there was another vehicle next to mine that didn't move either. So anyway, so Friday was a pretty good turnout. The weather was awesome. I had a lot of people that came through and ended up talking and hanging, kind of like hanging out after a minute, with my neighbor, my vending neighbors. One of the things I realized doing a lot of these shows that you always kind of like become acquainted, at least with the people around you. And then of course some of them I remember from the year before, which was cool. So it was nice to see them again. And the only thing we were having a hard time with is our mobile like data, Wi-Fi type of shit. Our signals were ass basically. Um, it's a lot. It has to do with the data center that they're building out there. One of those fucking things. It's basically just like, well, it's a data center. You know what I mean? It's just killing any and all connections out there. But which kind of sucked. I had a hard time like accepting like mobile payments, not mobile, like PayPal and shit. Because I just couldn't get the stupid thing to load. All it would do is spin. But anyway, aside from that, like I said, Friday it ran from like 3 to 8, which wasn't that bad. I think I did a few sales. Matter of fact, Friday, and then I basically just what you do is you just kind of like, well, since it's a 3 day event, you kind of just like pack everything up a little bit. Um, some people don't. Some people have like the fancy canopies where they got the walls that they can bring down and the zippers and all that fancy shit. I just got like a canopy without. I got like one wall, but I never fucking put the thing on. I like I like the openness instead, but I like to see the people. You know what I mean? Anyway. I don't need to justify what I like, bitch. So what I do is I just grab my props and I just kind of like put them in the totes and put the totes. 'Cause my table is like a L, like a U shape. Anyway, so I put the totes in the middle, and then I just bring the canopy down to kind of cover everything up, and I just haul ass. So that what they do is they have like a security, and they have like some police out there that basically just watch the place overnight, the park. But this is one of those, like, I guess it's a small town, Indiana town, very kind of like historical, Everybody pretty much knows each other. So I don't really think they're gonna run into any kind of like riff-raff or anything or any bullshit like that. But so that's kind of cool that they do it that way. That way you don't have to like pack up and then bring everything the fuck back out because that would suck. But anyway, so then Saturday, what happened Saturday? Oh, Saturday was was another good day. Now that was the longest day of the weekend for the show. It goes from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. And I kind of felt really bad about my dog being here alone all day. But I made up for it today. But so yeah, that was Saturday was a good turnout too. There was a fuck ton of people. It was the weather was great. And of course they've also got other things going on while the festival's going on. There's like a wiffle ball tournament, which I guess is huge. It's like the wiffle ball capital of the United States. Who fucking knew, right? But it is, I guess. There's a sign. They want to just put these signs up and light you. So they got that a wiffle ball tournament, and they had like some like a magician come out, like a street magician, whatever you want to call him. He actually bought one of my what the hell did he buy? He bought the cross I made with the skulls on it. One of those one piecers I did. Yeah, he bought that. He was actually the purchase. I realized that PayPal was having a hard time, and then I got to one of my old longtime buddies came out, which was cool. It was nice to see him. I haven't seen him in a while. He's married and lives up north now, whatever. But he came out. He came down. We hung out for a little bit. Had some lunch, that kind of thing. It was nice. It's always nice to see people that come out to see me doing what I do. I feel like it's their little way of supporting me, even if they're just there for lunch, let's say. But I don't want to be a dick. But so that was cool. It was nice to see him. And again, this was a profitable show, so I didn't like lose my ass. So Saturday was another good day. Matter of fact, Saturday was I think what I did Saturday after the show. I actually packed up. I just packed up some stuff, like a box, like a cardboard box full of, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 items that people just weren't looking at or interested at all. So I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna take these home now and save me the trouble of packing up extra shit Sunday when the show's actually over. And I feel like I could just leave the box or the tote, whatever the fuck it was that I've used Saturday, and just leave it here at the house. That way I'm not hauling shit back and forth, which actually kind of worked out because it was a lot easier to pack up today. I had like less shit, and I actually sold a pretty good amount of shit today too. So all in all, it was a good event. But today, say right Sunday, so I get there and I'm like running a little late. We're supposed to get our shit up and everything out and quote unquote open for 10 o'clock when the festival opens, which I kind of was. It was like a little after 10, but whatever. They had like a outdoor like almost like a church service. So a lot of people are just attending that anyway. I don't know why I keep quoting it. I mean, I guess that's what it is. So it wasn't like a whole lot of people anyway, but that was my opportunity to get another fucking iced coffee um, from this. Oh man, I wish I remember what the fuck they were. My memory is shot right now. I don't know why. But anyway, so I went to this iced coffee, got that, and I'm walking around. I'm like, well, I guess this is my opportunity to go out and check on some other vendors. I don't even know what the hell else is out here. I know one of the guys from the Niles Haunted House is out there. He like pours his own candles. He's a cool guy. I got to see him for a little bit, and next to him, a few booths down, because I felt guilty about my dog being here. She had all these homemade dog treats and shit, and she had like this whole like little display variety of all these different shapes and flavors for like $1 a piece. I'm like, well, fuck, you can't go wrong with that. I'm like, I just want like one of each, probably. Some of them were actually pretty good size. I'm like, I'll just take one of each. I got a dog that's at my house by himself. for the weekend, which isn't normal. Usually, him and I are doing shit together, or at least hanging out, or at least he's at my side, whatever I'm doing. So, and she totally got that. So I get my little bag of guilt, I called it, because again, I just felt fucking guilty. But I'll tell you what, when I came home, well, I mean, I accidentally, I had this black paper bag full of dog treats, right, freshly baked, like cookies and all kinds of weird shapes and whatever and flavors. And I accidentally dropped the motherfucker outside, so some of them are broke. But that's what he cares, right? He don't know what the hell's going on. My bag of guilt, but yeah, all in all, it was today. Sunday today was also a very very good show. I had a lot of people over the weekend just like totally complimenting my work and asking me how I do it, and kind of like, wow, I've never, I would never thought of that, and well, I'm like, well, it's, and then I always give my accolades to Chris Krupe from Decompositions. Corpse Creations. If you guys don't know who that is or aren't following him on Facebook, then I don't know, why you're watching me, right? You know what I'm saying? So I always give props to him and tell him that, yeah, I do this and Chris does this, and that's all I know who who does this kind of shit. Because it's basically working with a heat gun and fumes and melting plastic, and it's a lot of fun though. Don't get me wrong, but man, that's not something everybody would want to do. Why do that when you could just chop wood and do some woodworking? That seems a lot more safer, I guess. Um, well, so I was going to go back to yesterday, Saturday. I got this awesome. Can you see this shit? Oh, where am I? Oh, here I am. Yeah, can you guys see this shit? Look at this bracelet. My friend, my pal Julie made for me. I remember I had to measure my wrist. I guess I was a little off, but I mean, as far as it's going to go, right? Because she makes these things, and she wanted to make me one, so she did. And she lives out that way. I'm not gonna um, tell you exactly because I actually don't know really exactly. But so she stopped by Saturday. It was good to see her. I'm like, it's been a year. This is some bullshit. Um, but she's cool. She loves my work too. She absolutely is floored by what I do. She was when she came by in 2025. She was my biggest, whatever you want to say, customer. You know what I mean? Like she bought the most and she spent the most. And so it was awesome to see her. It was awesome to get this. And we hung out for a little bit. And yeah, that was cool. And then back to today, I'm getting my days all mixed up. My I'm trying to put this in words because I was actually kind of shocked. I actually was shocked. I'm not going to go say kind of. So my old pal from high school, guys. So I'm 50 now. Okay, I just turned 50. Earth years. Human calendar years. I should know, whatever. So my body and my mind turned 50, right? And here's this girl that I considered my best friend in high school. Um, she just walks up to me, and I'm sitting in my booth, fucking on my phone. Probably, I think I was actually talking to Julie, the bracelet girl. And she walks up. She goes, "Ranger Joe." I said, "Oh my god, I haven't heard that in so long." Now, of course, I didn't really recognize her voice, but as soon as I looked up at her, I was like, I knew. I mean, who else would it be? Because that was the nickname she had specifically for me. Nobody else ever called me that shit. So here I am. I'm hugging my high school best friend. I graduated in '94. Okay, and I'm gonna go out and venture to say I probably haven't seen her since like '96 because she had her first child. Um, and I think she said, "Yeah, he's 24 now." So I'm like, "Well, that's been about right then, you know." Um, since we've seen each other or interacted, aside from like social media, right? And so we got to hang out for a little bit, and it was just so cool to see her and meet her husband finally. And she just the whole time I'm just like it's almost like you're in shock, but you're trying to hold a regular fucking conversation and not just kind of like freak out or spaz out that this is even happening. And I got to tell you, if she's watching this, I know she's a subscriber. If she's watching this, Megan, honey, you look great. You look amazing. But and it's just like, oh, this is cool. And now, she actually bought one of my pieces. She bought one of my dragons. So she adopted a dragon. She took the green forest dragon, as I like to call him. And now I'm like, well, we're gonna have to get together and like catch up, like away from a festival, away from me doing all the shit. And she's like, yeah, of course, don't forget about me, blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, I hope that happens soon because it was. I don't know. I was just excited. I just, I kind of got a little geeky. It's like, man, here's this person that I practically grew up with in a way, in a sense. And part of the excitement is I can't wait to see or listen or be reminded of the shit she remembers us like doing. Because I've got some memories too, I'm sure, right? But I'm just like, man, you're right. I forgot about that shit. I can't wait to just reminisce and just be old fogies like I am anyway. But yeah, so that was cool. All in all, I came home today. Obviously, I'm home now, and so I filled up the car. And so one of the things, this is like a side note for the show. I don't expect any of them to watch this, but so for the vendors, I really think they need to do something with parking to where we're not just, well, the sooner you show up, the better spot you get. So I had to park well, Saturday wasn't so far, I guess, but I'm parked like way out. I'm not like a mile, okay? It's not way out, but I had to go down a road and then do one of these like snake maneuvers, and I'm almost like past where the wiffle ball tournament was going on. Good thing I'm not afraid of fly balls. I mean, the wiffle balls, right? But I'm like, the walk from my booth, my vendor spot, to my car was a little crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, what if I had to bring more inventory? How the fuck would I even drop it off? Like, there's just no way to do that because I had all like the roads on the sides of this park closed. I had like a dunk tank and shit, and they had a parade that came through Saturday. I mean, it's like, yeah, I get that, but you probably should do something with the neighborhood or leave the side roads for vendors only because you've got people that are coming to this thing from all over the fucking place. I mean, it's basically a park in the middle of a neighborhood, so the streets are open. You know what I mean? Like the people that are not vending are gonna have a spot. I mean, there's always traffic and always people, coming and going. It's just the parking lot for the park isn't very big either. It doesn't have to be. It's not a very big park. It's just they need to I think they need to figure something out for the vendors to get them to come back. I know they told me when I got there Friday, they're like, dude, listen, you should probably sign up for next year because we've already got 33 vendors on the waiting list for next year that we couldn't get in this year. Okay, so you just told me that you're expecting 33 vendors for next year on top of what you have already. Where the are you going to put them? If you can't even get 33 this year, where are you going to put 3 next year? Let alone 33, right? I don't know. So I was just like, you know what? I'm good. Just send me the information and I'll sign up if I decide to do the show again. I mean, I probably will because again, it's like I said, it's a 10-12 minute drive. This is 2 years in a row. It's been profitable, and but I don't want to be like one of those shows where I kind of just become stagnant, and everybody's like, "Oh, look who's back again for another year," and then they're just like not really interested in what I have. Like if there's like another show going on that I've never done, then I'll probably do that one instead. But right now, I'm kind of like, I do like it. Don't get me wrong, but I guess I'm kind of always looking for an opportunity to do like a different, like something new too. But anyway, I'm fucking rambling. I told you I wanted, but here I am. I'm fucking rambling. So that's my update on my show, which is pretty fun. Again, I do have with my hand all up on the, yeah, I guess so. I do have a little bit of a break up until my next one, which is fine. I gotta do more props and build more shit. Um, oh, that's what also blah, 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 easy for me to say. That's what else I was gonna mention. Um, Real quick, like, because we're in 20-minute territory already. Good lord, Joe, shut the fuck up. I ended up getting a different position at work. So some of you may know this. I don't know why you would, but maybe you do. Maybe you're paying attention, right? So I used to do a second shift uh, schedule at my job, where I would basically go in and drive a delivery van and deliver parts to different shops, auto shops and shit, you know. And then for a while there, I stopped doing that, and I went inside the warehouse to do like a morning shift, which was like 8 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. It's a pretty good shift, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I wasn't able to get as much as I would done during the week on that early morning schedule. And I know it sounds kind of strange, even me saying that, because now I feel like I have to explain myself. Well, here you go. So I would get up at like 6:30 in the morning, right, and to be there by 8. I'd have my breakfast, get cleaned up, pay attention to the dog a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave his ass again, and then so I get to work and I do all the physical warehouse stuff and whatever the fuck else. And by the time I leave, it's 5:30, sometimes 6 o'clock, and then I get home at 6:10, 6:20. I eat, you know, and then it's like almost 7, right? And then because I started hitting the weights again after my heart thing, um, I do that at least 4, sometimes 5 days a week. So it's another hour, hour and a half, you know. So by the time I get done with all that shit, it's almost like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I take Goober down here for a walk. It turns out to be 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm already back in bed. So I'm like, I don't really have a whole lot of time to go out in the garage and build props, go into the guitar room and put some licks down. That's what she said. I don't know. I felt like I just didn't have the Monday through Friday any kind of like time to do anything. So now, I basically was like, look, I don't want to do this fucking shit anymore. I go back to my original position. They took a little bit of money out of me, my wages, but I'm like I don't give a shit. I'll get the shift premium back. It'll pretty much even itself out. And so now, like I said, it's past midnight probably. It's like 12:30 on a Sunday night. Well, because I don't have to be there until like 2 in the afternoon. So now here I am already taking advantage of the fact that I have more time to myself. Because ordinarily I would have been in bed 2 hours ago, and I wouldn't even been able to do this right now or the guitar stuff right now. And of course, eventually it may catch up to me. You know, it may not, because I still got up early as fuck this morning. So like tomorrow, I'll probably still get up early, but at least I can fucking go out in the garage and fuck around or do whatever I want to do, basically. And then even when I come home from work tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, which will probably be right around this time, I would still have like I feel like I would still have time to do some shit. If I do, fine. If not, it don't matter. I feel like when I was driving and when I was on this ship before, I feel like I had more personal time. I don't know why. I feel like I'm explaining myself to you guys. It doesn't really matter what you guys think, does it? But anyway, that's my rant again, guys. Anyway, how do you guys like this little setup I got here? I'm just chilling in my living room. Um, I know for a while there I was unboxing shit in the guitar room and doing other shit outside, but it was pretty humid today, so it's been more humid than humid, if you know what I mean, lately, but I'm just enjoying the AC. Guys, as I said before, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, in case nobody does. Know that you are loved. Know that this world is a better place with you in it. And for God's sake, stop taking so much shit. All right? Stop believing everything is real. Because it just isn't. We all know it isn't. Come on, man. You guys are waking up too, aren't you? Huh? Or is it probably just me? We need to get into that shit too, man. You know, you don't run into these people, these selves, and come out the same. You just fucking don't, man. There's a real thing going on out there, guys. And goddamn it, if I get into it right now, I'll never shut the fuck up. Because right now I'm at 25 minutes, and that's way too long for a video. You guys clicked off a long time ago, and I get it. I would too. I would. I wouldn't. I would. Anyway, guys, thanks again for all the support. Thanks for hanging in there. And whatever comments or whatever you leave is always appreciated, as you know. And again, yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.